just give the countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Alright, so while it seems like adding all the secrets into the game might just seem like it's just a little extra thing, it causes a lot of the levels normally in any percent to be completely rerouted. But a little bit about this game. This is the first of the games to include Kyle Katarn, but this is before he was a Jedi, so you won't be seeing any force powers being used. You'll be seeing a lot of really fast movement though, and a lot of things that might not really make sense right away. But there's also a couple of like explosive tricks, but no force jumping, force speed, anything like that. So right here we have the main objective of this level, and we're just getting a couple secrets in the meantime. I didn't make the cool trick. And we're going to be triggering the end of the level. This game is kind of unique because, unlike other FPSs of the time, you don't actually like hit a switch to end a level. You will instead just complete objectives and then it'll give you a queue. So we can actually finish some levels without collecting all the secrets first and then collect the secrets afterwards. And that'll save you quite a bit of time for certain levels. One thing about this game is, for anyone who's played it casually, the levels can be pretty overwhelming and a little bit ambiguous at times, but this will just show you just how fast you can get through everything once you know where it is. And one thing about the getting the secrets I'll be doing is I won't necessarily be picking up all the items in the levels, but instead just triggering, you know, grabbing them. So I won't be going like all the way into the secret areas, but this is going to be more readily useful in a couple different secrets that I have to grab. So the second level is actually relatively close to how it is in an 8%. You just have to grab a few secrets on the side, like this one right here. And yeah, that's the one thing is with this game is some levels are... Get the hell out of the way, seriously. Some levels are very big and hard to get through, and other ones are relatively simplistic and kind of just thrown together. Like, this is a good example of one of the more thrown together ones, whereas you have the first level, which is incredibly huge. But now that I've gotten some of the exposition, I can try and explain some more of the secrets. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about. This is a very complicated category. And one thing I did there is I shot into the hallway, not necessarily to like damage an enemy or anything. It's just to trigger him to move so I can get past him easier. Because the collision in this game is a little bit finicky. Sometimes you will be able to just run through enemies on certain animations. It's really weird. Alright, so now the objectives are cleared and I just got the last secret area, so let's just go ahead and get to the ending. And one thing I will also say is that these first two levels, they're fast, but they're not nearly as interesting as the later levels in the game, because after this level we start getting explosive weapons, which are pretty fun, because this is naturally being a 1990s FPS game. It has some sort of explosive boosting mechanic built into it, whether or not it was intended. Alright, so this is the level that kills most of my runs. It's very stressful, because there's 2 TD jumps, thermal detonator jumps, that I have to do, or I'm gonna be losing a lot of time. So this is the first one. Come on, baby, let's do this. Alright, halfway there. Now this is, that jump is, you know, annoying, but you know I have backup strats if it doesn't go well. This is the jump that's really stressful, because if this goes badly, the run's gonna be quite hindered, so I gotta focus a little bit. Nope, see, that's exactly what I was afraid of happening. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this again, but I'm gonna do the slower route. I knew that was gonna happen. I haven't failed that jump in God knows how long. So what I was trying to do is do an explosive boost to, okay, now this is a bit of a problem. Alright, going well so far. I'm moving around all over the place. I am so sorry, guys. I'm just really nervous because I've not practiced this category in a marathon setting. Can you get out of the way? I need to get back. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna have to do a super jank strats because I missed that. So I'm gonna get a couple extra TDs while I'm down here. I'm really sorry, this is gonna be not nearly as interesting as it should be. Whatever. Can't let it get to me, it's a marathon, it's gonna happen. Is this it? Yes, there we go. So I'm gonna have to take the long way back. This is like gonna be a minute behind what it normally would be. So I apologize. But it's super stressful and it's like really hard to do. Alright, so I have to go back here to go get another secret that I missed because I fell. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. So I'm gonna have to be super careful. Alrighty. Now the stressful part's over because I have extra TDs, so I'm not gonna have to worry about this. This is why this level sucks, because if it goes badly, it's a lot of time lost. So I apologize to anyone anticipating the hottest speed game. There we go. That was the trick I was trying to do earlier. That jump skips the entire puzzle of this whole level, because normally you're supposed to go ahead and go through 3 different tunnels to raise the water levels, and of course I only hit one of the switches, so I can use an explosive boost just to get to the end. So that's the cool stuff, but I messed up. So forgive me, this level is a lot longer than it needed to be. I'm gonna grab some extra TDs just in case. Alright, so now we're going on to research. Research is actually kind of interesting because the way you're supposed to do this level is you're supposed to collect key cards to figure out the code to a door. But the door code is the same. It's kind of like in other games like Deus Ex or System Shock 2, where if you know the code, you can just unlock it without having to collect key cards or anything like that. And we're going to try and do a TD jump at the beginning here, which will save me, hopefully... Alright, got it first try, wonderful. That jump is really janky, and it saves you 10 seconds if you get it, but you can waste a lot of time if you miss it multiple times. Now this is the really important TD jump, so I need to focus here, not screw this one up. Alright, cool. So that jump right there saves you having to do a massive switch puzzle, which takes like a minute and a half to complete. And versus any percent, since this is, 100% all secrets, we would normally go through the air shaft we entered in using TD jumps, but we have to collect the secrets, so we're going to take the intended route of this level to get all the secrets that we need. Alrighty, trying to see if there's anything else I can say. One other thing is that this game moves really fast. It's running at like 80 frames per second, and the like wall collision physics are kind of like wonky. Like you'll start sliding around if you hit the wrong geometry, so it's kind of annoying. That's just critical for a more basic movement. Get the secret right here. A lot of the secrets here are pretty useless now. Right here, I'm going to do a trick. Hopefully, it doesn't backfire on me. This is a more recent thing discovered by Weregoose, who, shoutouts to him, because he's found a lot of the speed tech for this game. And doing that allows us to skip having to lower that gate. The risk behind that is if we die any time between making that TD jump and getting that secret, we will be stuck all the way back at the switch to open the front door, rather than the normal thing, which is to hit the switch to open that gate I just skipped, which is much closer. But that's a little bit risky, but... No, there's that movement stuff I was talking about. I slid against the wall. Man. Alright, there we go. That's that level. So now we're going on to Gromas. This is the most boring level in the entire category. Actually, no, this isn't the most boring level in the category, but it's pretty close. And I say that because, compared to any percent, this is almost no different. You have 4 secrets in this level, and they're all conveniently clumped in one location, which is kind of stupid. This is, again, kind of one of those hastily done things in this game. Here's one of them. Here's 2. Here's 3. And 4. There we go, we got all of them. How exciting. Now we just need to finish this level. So, we have to do a little sidetracking there, so hopefully we get to this piston coming up here. It hasn't gone all the way up. Good. There we go. Sweet. If we can make that before it reaches the top, it means we're on good pace. Because you have to get to a certain spot where another piston is, and if it's fully risen at this point, or that point, it means you made it on time. Also, I did that jump there, which skips getting the blue key, which is just a little extra stuff. There's actually a safer way that's only a second slower, but who wants to do that? We're doing ballsy stuff, because I haven't screwed up enough strats in this run yet. Anyways, now we're going on to the first encounter with the Dark Trooper. This is the Type 1 Dark Trooper, Phase 1 Dark Trooper. And each weapon has 2 methods of firing, or most of them do, I should say. the thermal detonator you can throw and explode an impact. The secondary one lobs it, and by lobbing thermal detonators, you can clip them through movable walls and doors, so you can kill that Dark Trooper before he fully rises. Now we have, hopefully, this little trick. Alright, cool. So this trick is also a fairly recent one. Not fairly recent, it's been like the last 6 months. What I did there was I hit the switch to open these doors from the other side. Normally you would hit the switch and have to wait for them to open and then run through as they close, but I activated on the other side of the trigger that closes them, so that saves you not only like a handful of time, but also eliminates the guessing game from that. Alrighty, get those, and we're good to go. Now we're on Detention Center. This is one level where me in particular and a lot of people got really lost in this game casually. It is very big and very ambiguous as to what you're supposed to do, and in an 8% it's pretty fast, but in 100% there's a lot of tedious things to do, because this level has the most secrets out of the entire game. And they're all basically just secrets that are hidden behind crevices in the wall that you just blow away. Gotta get this guy off. Also, I never mentioned it, but this is the repeater. This is a really useful weapon that you don't see in any percent. And it's useful because it's incredibly accurate. Whereas the blaster rifle is horribly inaccurate, so I use it in certain areas just to not have to focus on aiming, but in certain areas it's more useful to use the repeater because it's more accurate. It's funny because it looks like a really dumb weapon, like another blaster, but it is pretty useful in certain areas. Alright, so first things first, we gotta get our first set of secrets. We're gonna actually die here so that we can get full health again, and just so we can worry about clearing out those mines. Because, you know, any well-equipped prison facility should have mines everywhere. There we go. Movement. And we have to shoot that one. That one is actually one of the more clever secrets in this game, in my opinion, because you would figure to shoot it by going into the other secret that our secret wall that I blew away, and there's like a square hole that's peering into it. So it's like, oh, maybe I should shoot that. It's kind of cool in my opinion. This is some of the secrets in this game are really clever. There are a lot that are just really dumb, and a lot of the really dumb ones often usually don't have things that are useful, which is even better. Alright, so now we've gotten most of the secrets on this level, thank God. But now we have to get back to the first floor and lower this one floor, because there is actually a secret in here that we use in 90%, which is a secret route to get to where you need to be, right here. And we need to lower the elevator once so that we can get down here, and boom, we're on our way. Just got 2 more secrets to get on the way to the exit. Oh shoot, I just didn't make it in time. That's fine. If I did this fast enough, I would have been able to get all... Oh, I'm still gonna be fine, never mind. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I did that the fast way, that's cool. It's kind of scary. And like research, you don't... Oh, what the heck? I think I missed something. Oh yeah, I did. That's okay. Like research, you don't have to get all the keycards to figure out the code. It's the same every time. So that's that level. Now we're on Ramsey's Head, which is another one of those levels that's kind of just like any percent, but you have extra things to do. But some of those extra things are pretty cool, like this thermal detonator jump, which skips having to get a key and ride an elevator. We've got a box that's just surrounded by explosives, and we have the mortar launcher, which is not useful as a weapon. It's useful to do death warps. Alright, I have a lot of thermal detonators. I'm gonna be good. Normally, if you get the fast route on Anuit, not having to use the really slow strats, you would have to collect extra thermal detonators because you'd be short, but since I had a ton of extras from the get-go, I'm pretty well stacked. We just gotta go up there to trigger another secret. Now, interestingly enough, we have another section here that we're going to go to, and we're in like a kind of a secret wall, but the funny thing is this isn't the secret. The secret that we're doing actually is unlocked by going into that area, which is right here. There we go. And now normally in any percent we would have a lot lower shields and health, because there's a death warp we can do to save a few seconds, but, you know, since we're collecting all secrets, we have the shield and health wood. Luckily, we have this gun, which allows you to do a little more damage to yourself. Oh, this is going to work out really good. There we go. And that death warp saves a few seconds, it just saves a little bit of backtracking. Death warping can be pretty useful in this game. It's actually funny enough, there's a lot of Star Wars games where death warping is an incredibly useful strat. I don't know what's up with that. But we only have a few more secrets left to get. There are a couple secrets in this game that made me think that these guys knew explosive boosting was a thing in this game, because there are just some that I can't figure out how you're supposed to get without it. But we're at the end of Ramsey's head. Pretty much just have to hit this switch at the very end. I should also say, I've done this entire game on hard, getting all the secrets, and some of the level design in this game gets really bad. Like, they just put mines in stupid places, but this is robotics. Robotics is a pretty fun level for both categories, and has a really interesting exploit we're going to be using. Come on, hit the thing. There we go. As I said earlier, you only have to trigger the area to trigger secrets, so what we're doing is we're peering over this edge where the secrets are supposed to be, and then walking over that area where another secret's hidden, and we've managed to, quote-unquote, collect the secrets. So that's kind of a neat little exploit that's exclusive to this category. Because of the one at the very end, actually, it makes it impossible for you to beat this game without triggering any secrets, because that's the one you will always have to pass over. We have another really dumb secret area here. It has a really cool hologram, but nothing else. I'm going to just jump into this window. Grab another secret. I also activated a switch there, which is going to remove the... Oh, that's right, I have to pick up the red key. I thought I picked it up. Oh well. That switch deactivates poison gas. I'm stuck on those guys. And that's going to be in this area, coming up here. Normally in any percent, it's out of the way to do it, but since, you know, this is not any percent, we can just grab it. And I don't have to use the gas mask. Gas mask is actually a pretty useless gadget that you will only use in this level if you're playing any percent. But now I have to plant 3 charges. I'm doing this a very particular way because I want the Dark Trooper that's going to spawn to be in a very specific point, which is this one right here. Because it makes it easier to get this right here, which is the weapon supercharge, which is going to allow us to kill him really fast. So in other difficulties, you will... oh, is he not dead? I thought he was. Where'd he go? There we go, that's it. In other difficulties, some of these power-ups will be removed. That didn't trigger the secret. Here we go. But that's one of the only power-ups that's always going to be there. Alright, and now we have ice physics, which are really bad in this game. Yep, see, there we go. Got the bad ice physics. I'm trying my... oh, there we go, that's fine. So what happens is the ice physics in this section are really broken at this frame rate I'm playing at, because I'm playing at a really high frame rate. So if you get stuck on like one wall or something, it'll basically make the game either make you stop completely or force you to move at the slowest possible speed the game can give you. And the only way to avoid this is to get ice cleats, which you don't get at the beginning because it's out of the way, but when you're done with that section, the very end and the last step is ice cleats. So that's kind of annoying, but it's not really that big of an issue. It was there because I got unlucky, but... So now we're on Narshada. In any percent, this is the shortest level in the game because the exit is right over there and we can just TD jump to it, but of course we have to get secrets, so we're not going to do that. Which is why the next 3 levels are kind of like kind of my favorite levels in the category. Simply because... come on, let's make this jump first. Simply because these 3 levels are so radically different from any percent that they're it's kind of interesting to see what you do. So we have to get go through it basically through the intended route in order to get all the secrets we need. I lost a lot of health to TD jumping, that's really unfortunate. But actually that's going to benefit me, because I'm going to need to die at some point anyways. I have just enough to do this. There we go, sweet. Alright, so now we're just going to go visit a minefield and blow ourselves up because this will bring us closer to where we need to be. Another nice little death warp there. I should also mention, I haven't mentioned this before, but in Dark Forces, in overall, Unlike most FPS games of this time, RNG is actually not really a problem in the speedrun. There's only a few levels where it actually matters. Where did that guy go? I need him, because I need his weapon. But Dark Forces is pretty lenient on the RNG factor, at least in any percent. There are a few sections where randomness can totally take over, but not quite as many as, like, you know, Doom or anything like that. It's a pretty execution-heavy speedrun, which is why I like it so much. Alright, so we're gonna try and... Okay, sweet, we got it. What I did there is I peeked over the edge of that elevator so that I could trigger the secret without having to ride the elevator, because that'll save me a few seconds. Another thing about this game is that it's all really small optimizations. And one other thing I haven't mentioned, which is why the third level didn't go so well, is Dark Forces is the only game in the Jedi Knight series that doesn't have quick saving. So because of that, you basically have to do everything in one go whenever you select a level. So it's kind of dumb, and if you lose time, you have to literally eat every single second of it. And this is another reason why the repeater is useful. The alt fire fires 3 shots at once, so you can basically, in just a very quick motion, fire 4 shots simultaneously, which is going to allow you to do a lot of damage at once. That's going to be good for getting certain enemies out of the way. These guys are being trolls. Alright, so that's the end of Narshada. Now we're going into Jabba's ship. At the beginning of this level, you lose all your stuff, and of course, we have to punch this dragon, because what's more Star Wars than, you know, being stripped of your gear and forced to fight something that looks like it comes straight out of Jurassic Park. But once we punch him, we can proceed with the level. There's 3 things we need to do in this level. First thing we need to do is get our gear, which was taken from us. And we're going to do a small little thermal detonator jump here to get this blue key. And I gotta make sure I don't forget this. I also don't want to die. Well, that really sucked. Oh my god, this is just some awful RNG right here. Remember what I said about RNG? It's usually not a problem, but there are small instances like that where it can be. So I really didn't want to die there because I'll lose my shield supercharge. But unfortunately, there's nothing I could have done about that. Which means I'm gonna have to play a little cautiously as I run through this minefield. But, another thing about the mechanics of this game overall is you have shields and physical health. Certain attacks will affect one or the other. Like blasters and explosions and stuff will affect your shields, and there are some attacks, like melee attacks and such, that will directly affect your physical health. Oh, this is no good. This is why I didn't want to have my shields taken from me, my shield supercharge taken from me, because it makes this part a little more annoying. Okay, that was really weird. But it is what it is, you can't always do anything about it. And one of the smaller optimizations for this category, since you have to do a lot of little extra things, is just places where you can TD jump, just to save a little bits of time, since you usually have the extra ammo and shields. This level in particular, a lot of the TD jumps I'm doing are skipping elevators, which are pretty slow. Also, this level has mines just scattered everywhere because, you know, putting mines on someone's ship is just the safest thing you can do. Forget the risks of it destroying the interior. But, oh, come on, this is not good. Like, just move, please. Thank you. This is annoying because normally, like, in certain animations, you can walk right through them, but they were being a pain. Those enemies in particular, the pigs, are really, really frustrating because their physical attacks, their melee attack with the axe does 40 damage to your health, so they can kill you in 3 hits, and it's really annoying. Not only that, but they move all over the damn place, so they have pretty big hitboxes. Getting around them is kind of annoying. I also gotta apologize, I hope this isn't, like, too hard to watch because of all the mistakes I've been making. Like, hopefully it's still, you know, remotely enjoyable. Also, my commentary is just something I haven't practiced because I've never done 100% at a marathon. I've done any percent in a couple, but not 100%. Alright, and coming up... Oh man, I do not have a lot of health. This is kind of annoying, actually. So I'm going to be a little cautious. Coming up here is my least favorite secret in the entire game. because you have to... One, I don't even know how you're supposed to figure this out casually, but we have to do an explosive boost here to hit a switch, because you can't really hit it when you're falling. It's really dumb. But, oh god, that was so close. Come on, please get out of the way. So now we've triggered the end of the game, and now we're going to get to the secret area, which, by the way, that secret area, for how annoying it is, doesn't give you anything. And we're going to do something here. I'm going to get it before I explain what I do. Alright, cool. So what happened there is a trick we use in all categories, which makes this level really short. Most levels, you're supposed to collect every objective to trigger the end of the level. In this level, the end level trigger is done by killing the boss, which is Boba Fett, who's behind that wall. So we used splash damage exploiting to kill him through that wall and trigger the end of the level. So now, in any percent, we would normally be done, but now we can save a little bit of time in 100% by having the end level trigger active when we collect the last secret, which is actually going to be saving us quite a bit of please hit that switch. Please hit that switch. Okay, that's annoying. But there's nothing I could have done about it. Blaster accuracy. But anyways, like I was saying, now, Stormtroopers. Now we just need to get the rest of the secrets, and we can trigger the end of the level, like I said, and that's really nice because otherwise you'd have to do a massive amount of backtracking. The fact that you can kill Boba Fett behind that wall is really, really significant for speed gaming, because it skips one of the more lengthy levels of this game. Alright. Where is that room? Okay, I need that. There's another secret here. Alright, so one thing I didn't explain that I was doing there was you can go onto those little platforms along that elevator and then go back on them to make the elevator fall faster. I'm going to do some safe strats here by killing myself to get health back, just because I don't want to lose any time, or any more time I should say. This is pretty rough. Please get on that platform. Thank you. Alright. Because now we just have one more secret to grab. We also get the assault cannon really early on. In any percent, you don't get the assault cannon until the second to the last level, and this is the most powerful gun in the game. Alrighty. This last secret actually is one of my favorites because it's like just clever enough to be a really cool secret. So now we're on Fuel Station, and remember what I said about Gromas being my least favorite level. I lied. This is my least favorite level, because this level is incredibly boring casually, and there's only 2 secrets on this level, and one of them you have to get a key to get, which is annoying casually because you'll get to where it is and says, oh, you need a blue key, and you'll think, oh shit, I missed something really important, and then you realize it's totally not necessary to progress the level. Also, that pig was attacking me twice. One thing that's kind of a result of how this frame rate is that the pig will sometimes just attack you twice immediately, which is really bad because that's 80 damage in the course of just a few seconds. But we're gonna do... Oh god, my frame rate just like choked for some reason. That was really weird. We're gonna try and do some thermal detonator jumps here. I don't know why I'm like... whatever. I don't know why I keep saying thermal detonator jumps. This is bad. I had really bad luck there. I couldn't do anything about that. Enemy shot me out of nowhere. So, I'm gonna kill this guy so he doesn't shoot me out of the air again. I'll do one last thermal detonator jump to this one. That allows me to get over here to the next major section. Normally you're supposed to do a really slow and lengthy puzzle to get to that section, but you can just TD jump over. It's actually possible to just jump over there, but it's really, really hard to do at this frame rate. On lower frame rates, like if you play the PS1 version, it's very easy to pull off. But in this one in particular, it's ridiculously hard. So we just do TD jumps because it allows you to still get to the other side, but not have to worry about the difficulty of it. It's still pretty tricky, but it's not nearly as hard doing it that way. And I wanted to do TD jumps to this one, but we can just do a mind boost instead as a backup strat. And just pure, okay, I did the peeking trick I did in Narshada there as well, just to not have to ride an elevator back. And if I miss the TD jumps, you know, it's not a big deal. In any percent, it's very pivotal that you don't miss a single one, but 100% is, you know, just kind of an extra category, and it's not fully optimized yet either, so mistakes like that can kind of just happen. Alright, we're also going to do a glitch here, which, if you approach elevators and hit action right before getting on them, you can actually activate them without having to hit a switch that they're attached to. This usually only saves about a half a second for an elevator, but oh god, bad luck. But it's just one of those kind of cool things. And it doesn't waste any time to do it, so. Alrighty, so now we're going on to Executor. This level is... okay, it's gonna be fast, hopefully. You have to blow away a wall with a mine hidden in there. And this is not good. If you blow away the wall, and can get past it fast enough, you will avoid taking splash damage from the mine, which is really nice because it allows you to do a couple extra TD jumps. But this level also only has 2 secrets, and one of them is incredibly annoying because it's like so super underwhelming. All right, I gotta be a little careful here. I don't want to die. Well, I do want to die, but not until I get to the top of this. I'm going to kill myself once I reach the top just so I can have full health, because I'm going to do a mine boost that will save me some time here. It saves you having to ride an elevator and do some platforming. Alright. And normally we would get to this secret area in any percent because this is where we would get the assault cannon, but we already have that, so it's just going there at this point just to get the secret, and also to pick up some ammo. And that last little corner there was the last secret, which I hate that one in particular because it's like you have this really cool second area, and it's just in this really obscure corner that's very obvious that it's a door. So now we're just going to kill these Dark Troopers to progress to the next part, which is the slow part of this level, because we have to hit switches while this thing moves along, and we cannot make it go any faster. Alright, so I'm just gonna beat up these kids. It's one of the only times it's optimal to use the punch. Alright, sweet. And there's a small, very rare chance this level can soft lock for some reason. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We've had more than a fair share of soft locks in this marathon. Rage, anyways. So now we're on the last level of the game, which is Arc Hammer. This level is the longest level in this category. It's also the longest one in 8%, so that's kind of expected. We're going to try and kill this guy as fast as we can. Alright, I didn't get him in one, but that's fine. Luckily, he's surrounded by explosive barrels, so doing a lot of damage to him initially is really easy to do. We have to kill this Dark Trooper in order to get to the next area. This is level is pretty similar to how it is in 90%, minus a few extra chores we have to do. They're kind of out of the way, like this one. Just gonna hit this switch real quick. And there's one secret. And now we're gonna do something fun. Because we still have shield supercharged, let's just go ahead and boost up here. It's much faster than doing it the way you're supposed to. And it's also really fun, which, fun fact, by the way, the PS1 version of this game is absolute dog shit, so don't ever play it, but when you have multiple barrels like that exploding in that version, the game's frame rate, like, drops to the single digits. It's pretty funny. But if you try to do that with normal shields, you'll likely die because there's a lot of barrels and they do a ton of damage. You saw how far up it sent me flying. And now we're going to get to another secret, which is kind of interesting because it gives you a 1-up that we're basically going to be wasting on getting that secret because it's faster to get out of here by death warping. Oh, alright, there we go. So it just gets us right out of here. Now we can do a small little TD jump here. Oh, I messed up my position, that's fine. That'll allow us to skip having to wait on all that crap. Alright, now we're on the last secrets of the level, which are all really annoying. By the way, those interrogation droids, the reach on their needle attack literally has no limits. They can reach you from yards away. But we got all the secrets, and now we just need to finish the game. Also, I don't know if you heard it, but Kyle just said "for freedom" there, which I think is pretty amusing. Of all the lines they could have put there. Alright, I'm actually going to Death Warp here. Or kill myself, not Death Warp, but I want better health than what I have. Just in case I mess this up. Like that, for example. Before TD jumping was more optimal, like older routes would use mind boosting to get up certain areas, but when you get better at TD jumping, you can utilize that over mines, and it's also faster to just get off and TD jump to the end of the conveyor belt, because normally those things are just there as a holes to knock you off while you're riding it, but you can just, you know, take that route and TD jump to the last part of it. Just gonna clear up this room first, and now I gotta do this cute little switch puzzle here. The way I'm doing it takes into consideration, like, how long transition between switch hits are, so it's the fastest way to do it. So that takes care of that. And I hope I don't die here. And I did, whatever, that's fine. My frame rate keeps getting really choppy for some weird reason. Don't know what's causing that. But that's the last sequencer charge, and now we're on to the final room in the game. I do apologize for all the mistakes and stuff that happened. It's frustrating, but, you know, when it happens, yeah. But you're basically forced to run this game single segment, but so if you make mistakes, you know, you gotta eat them. Okay, that didn't do enough to kill him. We have to kill 2 Dark Troopers before we get to the final boss of the game. But, this one hopefully will come down. Oh, no, he's hesitating. And one thing I didn't mention about the assault cannon is, with weapons you can hold fire to automatically fire weapons, but it's actually faster to rapidly click the fire button. So it allows you to do more damage per second, which is pretty interesting. And now here's the final boss. Prepare to be disappointed, because he's basically just a Dark Trooper with mines instead of rockets, and those mines don't do anything. Come on, come on. Oh, you're being real nice today. I like that. Alright, that took forever to kill him. Alright, time's coming up when I end the level and go to the menu, so time. Alrighty, that was pretty rough. That was really rough.